Dr. Weinhardt, over to you.
Imagine this. You sit down to work on an important project, and 5 minutes in, your phone buzzes, you tell yourself, just a quick check, then you're responding to an email, then you're on Instagram, then you're texting your partner, then another email, and things really start to spiral. Before you know it, 40 minutes have vanished, your brain is foggy, you try to refocus, but your task feels harder. Sound familiar? Well, yes, thank you for the audience participation. Cal Newport, in his great book, Deep Work, highlights how modern workplaces are filled with these types of distractions that erode our capacity for deep, focused work, the kind of work that enables creativity, problem solving, and actually making real progress at work. Focus might feel elusive to us, but I'll show you how you can reclaim it today. Studies show that, on average, a worker is interrupted every 3 minutes. These interruptions are more than a mere annoyance. They come with steep costs, both in lost productivity and mental costs, including heightened stress, fatigue from constant task switching. Why? Because switching tasks leaves an insidious cognitive footprint, attention residue. Some of your attention sticks to you from this interruption, even when you refocus. This is because unfinished tasks, particularly those requiring high cognitive effort, remain active in working memory. This leads to slower reaction times, reduced problem-solving ability, and lower task performance. So imagine trying to sprint while wading through delicious Canadian syrup, not that American trash. Your movement is really sluggish, and obviously you're really sticky. But you can minimize the impact this stickiness has on you and reclaim your focus. So one effective strategy that my colleague Sophie Leroy has developed is called the ready to resume technique. Before shifting to the interruption, take 60 seconds to jot down the next steps for getting back on that task. This quick action frees your brain to engage with the new task, the person bothering you, and provides a clear roadmap for when you return. My own research has found that to stay engaged, we actually need to plan for these interruptions. My colleagues and I have found that traditional time management planning is insufficient because they don't account for interruptions. Well, enter contingent planning. This approach reframes interruptions as part of the plan. This reduces frustration and helps employees stay focused and engaged. And this is how it works. So at the start of your day, ask yourself 3 key questions. 1, what are the most important things I need to get done today? 2, what interruptions are likely to happen today? And 3, how will I adjust my schedule when they occur? So for example, you know that meetings at your company tend to run late. Instead of assuming your schedule is going to stay perfectly intact, you plan, if my 30-minute meeting runs over, I'll immediately adjust by skipping a low-priority task in my afternoon schedule so I can still complete my most important project for the day. This way, the meeting doesn't spiral into productivity loss. This resonates quite well with Oliver Burkeman's insightful book, 4,000 Weeks, which shares a refreshing take on planning, and that our time is limited, and so we need to do what is most important to us. We must prioritize the things that bring us value and free ourselves from the idea that we can achieve everything and have perfection. He invites us to embrace what's called productivity neglect, encouraging us to choose what not to do to make room for the things that will actually bring about progress. Now, when we're facing these distractions and we find ourselves distracted, it's just not the time that we lose that can be frustrating. It's that we enter the shame spiral. This is my office. There's this feeling when we're in the shame spiral of being undisciplined, the irritation of falling behind, a bit of confusion of why can't I stay on track? These feelings make it even harder to get back into the groove. Now, decades of research show that our thoughts about challenge shape our performance. Psychological flexibility is crucial for breaking free from the shame spiral. This is our ability to adapt our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors to a given situation so it aligns with what is important to us. Now, one powerful tool for cultivating this flexibility is the dropping anchor exercise. This simple yet effective practice can manage difficult thoughts, feelings, and distractions in the moment, making it easier to focus on the task at hand. This exercise takes 3 steps and less than 5 minutes. First, I want you to acknowledge your thoughts and feelings. So take a moment to notice what's happening inside you and kind of investigate yourself like a curious observer. Second, you're going to come back into your body, connect physically by pressing your feet onto the ground, pushing your hands together, taking a few deep breaths, and then finally, engage with your surroundings. Look around the room and notice 5 things you can see and identify them out loud. Unless you share an office with somebody and then you'll look strange, so don't do that. But this straightforward, repeatable process serves as a circuit breaker, stopping unproductive rumination, minimizing attention residue, and aiding in your reset. Now you'll be able to get out of the shame spiral and get back to meaningful work. Now, while distractions are a challenge for all of us, for adults with ADHD, the stakes are even higher. Approximately 3 to 5% of the workforce has ADHD. However, fewer than 20% of adults with ADHD are accurately diagnosed and treated. This means that millions of employees are struggling without the support they need. However, research from my lab shows that employees with ADHD actively adapt to the workplace. They have figured out how to deal with distractions. We've studied 200 employees with ADHD over multiple workdays and found something very powerful. ADHD symptoms are not fixed, they fluctuate. And on days when ADHD symptoms are lower, these employees don't just get more work done, they're more engaged, and they reshape their work to match their strengths. And this is how. They make tasks more engaging, turning mundane work into a personal competition. They spend more time developing their skills, seeking out new learning opportunities, and exercising autonomy in their work. They seek out new challenges by taking initiatives during slow periods and challenge themselves to deepen their work. And finally, they actively seek growth by requesting coaching and soliciting feedback from colleagues and leaders. This shows that ADHD isn't just about distraction, but also adaptation, and it's a lesson for us all. We all face distractions, and our attention fluctuates day to day, moment to moment. Instead of fighting that reality, we should learn to work with it. Those with ADHD have learned ways to work with this reality, and we have something to learn from them. When workplaces foster engagement and adaptability, not only do employees with ADHD thrive, but everyone benefits. Distractions are costly, but they don't have to define our workdays or ourselves. Reclaiming your attention is the ultimate power move in a world of distractions. Our time is finite, so let's spend it wisely on doing what truly matters to us. Thank you.